Hey you guys, welcome back. I'm actually right in front of my vanity where I actually keep my everyday makeup drawer. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys all the products that I have in my drawer right now, and we'll go ahead and talk about them. And then we'll go ahead and pick out some new products to try out for the month of February/March. My Shop My Stash won't be in the beginning of the month. They'll probably be more in the middle of the month, just because my very first one that I uploaded was in the middle of the month, and I wanted to make sure that I had exactly a month time frame to use these products. Let's go ahead and get diving into it. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Stephanie, and make sure to hit that subscribe button before you guys head out. Dive into some makeup. I ended up switching out this one kind of right after, and I ended up going in with this palette, which is the Kevyn Aucoin Contour Book, The Art of Sculpting and Defining Volume 3. And I just wanted a little bit more variety. I'm so glad I dived into it. I play around with it so much more now, and now I see myself really reaching for it. The next thing I played around with was the LA Girl Strobe Light Strobing Powder. I feel like it really picks up and emphasizes texture, and I have pretty large pores on my high points of my cheek, so it just doesn't look well on my skin. So this is something I'm probably going to see if maybe a friend or family wants. I did end up finishing the Professional Pore Primer. This is one of my all-time favorite pore minimizers. I also ended up finishing up the NARS. I would repurchase this in a heartbeat. I just have so many other mascaras I need to get through first, but if you guys are looking for something that's going to give you a lot of volume, this is definitely a mascara to try out. Now, one palette I do have that I tend to keep in my everyday makeup drawer irregardless is my Z palette. So the one that I've really been gravitating towards though here recently is this one right here. This here is called Heartthrob. This is a Makeup Geek blush. It's just a really soft coral shade. So for foundation, I decided to try out, this is the Revolution Makeup Stick. It's an okay foundation. I still do not see the hype in it. I don't really care for it. I have a very difficult time finding stick foundations I really enjoy besides the Hourglass. The shade that I have is an F8. I do have the Beauty Bakery Flower Powder. This is Better Not Bitter. This is in the shade Yellow. I love this stuff. I do have my Tarte Poreless Primer base, and this was also one that I was really enjoying. I have my MAC Studio Fix powder here. I do plan to keep this in my everyday makeup drawer because it currently is the perfect foundation for me right now. I have the e.l.f. bronzer palette. This is one I really enjoy. I do have another blush palette. This one was the Smashbox one. I really found that I gravitated more towards this darkest shade right here. They're very pigmented, and you do not need a lot because it will be very intense very quickly. And then the last two products I have are primers and concealers. So this here is the Luscious Cosmetics Angel Eyes Primer. And then the last thing I have here is the Wander Beauty Concealer Stick. It's an okay product. It is more for somebody that just wants more of a lightweight formula underneath their eyes. So I'm gonna go ahead and I am keeping 3 things in my makeup drawer to finish off: the Studio Fix powder, my blush palette, and then my Angel Eyes, because I really want to get that used up. So let's get started. This here is my mascara drawer. Let's see what we're gonna play around with. This here is the CoverGirl Lash Blast Active Mascara. I did get this about a month or so ago. I have been playing around with it, so maybe I should test this out and just see what I think about it. I haven't really formed an opinion on it yet. We'll do this one together since these are kind of like the same, except one's a primer. I was actually looking for a primer the other day, so we'll try out these two. I think these would be a good fit together. So let's pick out a primer. I don't need anything that's going to be oil control right now because I'm not as oily. So I'm thinking I just really kind of want to stick with an all over primer and then a pore minimizing primer because I definitely need that. We've got the Smashbox that I'm almost out of. I should probably finish that off. The other thing I did want to try out was the True Blend by CoverGirl. This here's the Pore Minimizer. I want to say that I tried this a few times and I just don't remember caring for it, but I feel like a lot of people rave about these and I just didn't get on board with it the first time, so I'll give it a shot. So maybe I'll try this out because I haven't tried this out. These are the e.l.f. Booster Drops. Let me know if you guys have tried these. I think I'm gonna try to incorporate this in my makeup tutorials and see what I think about it. So let's give that a shot. I did actually just redo my entire foundation drawer. I kind of just moved everything standing up now instead of it being laying flat. I think I'm gonna play around a little bit more with the CoverGirl Matte Ambition. I know I just did a full-on video with this, but I feel like I need to really play around with it just a little bit more so I can give a really good in-depth review in February about it. Okay, and then I need something more for everyday because I don't have anything for everyday. So this is one we actually just got in our Ipsy bag. If you guys haven't seen my Ipsy versus Ipsy, I'll go ahead and link it. But I mentioned to you guys that I really wanted to test this out and see if I liked it, so we'll try that out. For setting powder, we do have the MAC Fix Plus that I'm going to use as like an all-over to set my face, but I do want a translucent powder for underneath my eyes. This is one that was sent to me by a subscriber. This here is the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. I don't even know how to use it, so I want to kind of try it. I want to see how to use it and make it work. It is new. I'm not used to pulling out new items. This is something I really want to try out and test out, so why don't we try that? Because I feel like everything else in here I do play with pretty regularly. I do need to finish up my Hoola bronzer, so maybe I'll just try to finish that up and use it all up, so we'll just go with that one. So this is my brow drawer. If you guys are wondering about the dividers, it's actually something that Jeremy helped me do. I found a YouTube video on how to do it. I just went to the dollar store and I bought foam board, and then we cut it up and we organized it how I wanted to. So I'll go ahead and link that below if you guys want to see it. It's not my idea. I found it on somebody else's YouTube, but it works really nicely. I only have 4 to choose from. I use the same ones all the time. I have the one by Mellow, which you guys know I love. I've got this one by Pop Beauty, and then I've got the one by Benefit, and I have quite a few of these. So we'll just go ahead and pick out that one, since this one's in the shade number 5. I only have 2 brow gels that I regularly use. I either use the Anastasia or the 24-hour brow setter, so I'm just gonna keep it in there, and when I need it, because I don't use anything else. I only use those. Brow gel, I have these 3. I've got the Benefit one, which I use all the time. I've got one by Flirt and one by Il Makiage. So I'm gonna use the one by Flirt Cosmetics because I use this one. I've used this the least, and of the 3, this is the oldest, so I really need to get some use out of it. For brow pencils, I actually have quite a few brow pencils, and I feel like I rotate pretty well between them all, but I find that the one I don't use that often is the Collab one. So I think I'm going to try out this one by Collab, and this is what it looks like right here. Give it a shot and see how it works. I have back here like my Stila Cosmetics stuff, and then like some glitter and stuff, so I'm not really going to pick anything out in there. The only one that I would be worried about making sure I get through is this here, which is my liner drawer. I have a bunch of liners in here that I really need to play around with. I'm going to finish up the one by Kat Von D for a liquid liner, and then for just a cream liner, since I'm almost out of this. I've had this for so long, I really have to get through it. I'm going to use the Jumbo Pencil by NYX. The next drawer I have are my blushes. I still am using my blushes from Z Palette, so I'm going to skip on that today. So here is my highlighter drawer. We just recently did a highlighter declutter. If you guys haven't seen that, I'll go ahead and link it down below for you guys also, so you guys can check it out. Oh my gosh, it's been a really long time since I've used this one. This is the MAC Oh Darling. I haven't used this in a really long time, so maybe I'll pop this back out. For a highlighting palette, I think I'm going to try out the Stila palette here that my mom got me, because it's been a while since I've used this, so I'm going to try to use this and see what it's like. So for highlighters, I decided to go with MAC's Oh Darling because it's been a really long time since I've used it, and then the Stila one, which has got Kitten and then a couple other ones in here. They're really, really pretty. They're more like a cream to a powder finish, but I don't know. They look really soft, which could be nice for everyday wear. My camera settings might be a little bit different in this particular shot because I had to use a lens that's a little bit wider so you guys can see the entire thing. This here is my 6th drawer, my Alexa drawer. So the first one I have here, this is mainly eyeshadow palettes and stuff that are drugstores. I feel like it's been a really long time since I've played with this palette right here. This is the L'Oreal palette. This is the La Nude 2. I mean, I think I touched this maybe 1 or 2 times and I've never played with it. So I'm going to give this a shot because I feel like this has got a little bit more cooler tones that I would dive into. And I don't know why I haven't played with it. So I'm going to give that a shot. I've got my glitters down here. And then down here are just some of my palettes that I have. This is my more newer palette drawer. Okay, so let's see if I can find something in here I haven't played with either. You know, the other day I said I wanted to play around with this one by Lorac. I feel like nobody talks about Lorac anymore, you guys. I'm gonna dive into this one. I know these are the limited edition ones, but I really have not played with this in so long, and I really like Lorac palettes. So I think I'm gonna give this one a shot. I have this one, and then I have the dark maroon one here, and I think this was the first one they came out with. Yeah, this is the original, I think. And I love them both, but I think maybe this month I'll play with this one. This is actually one of the palettes I hardly ever dive into. And just, I don't understand why not. These colors are beautiful. Yeah, I think I want to play around with that. So this drawer I have down here is more eyeshadow palettes, and then the very bottom one, don't mind you like my socks? And then the very bottom one is all of my like Morphe, my Profusion, my big palettes. All right, you guys, so that is everything that I'm going to be testing out this month. We've got the Lorac Mega Pro, we've got the L'Oreal palette here, the La Nude 2, and we've got some other really great stuff in here to test out that I haven't seen pulled out in a while. So make sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you guys were wanting to see any other videos, make sure to look down below in the description box or at the end of this video. There will be some nice videos here for you to take a look at. And I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye.